In Alaska, look how much leaves grows in already. So it's springtime right now, and the birch tree starts to have their new leaves again. And there's the sunrise right here. So amazing. And the sky is so blue. It's a quiet, peaceful morning walk here in Fairbanks, Alaska. So we live somewhere in the hillside. So this is like the foothill right here. And I'm gonna turn right to ascend to the hillside because we live kinda in the top hill area. So this is a road that we take every morning with my kids because my kids' bus stop is somewhere right there. So somewhere there is our mailbox and a bus stop. And this side is our way home. So it looks flatter, but this road right here is going uphill. And look at that. That's amazing view right here. So we're facing the sunrise. And if you can see, the trees looks yellow green. So just the other day I can see a little bud in that tree, and they already bloom if you lift them closer. See really fast. And I heard a lot of birds chirping in the air. There's a robin right here. I think there's right there. There's one robin bird. Hi, little robin. He's jumping around. Oh, I flew off. And the sky is so amazing. It's like an ocean, blue ocean. So this is one of the scenic routes right here in our area. So all this white tree, the tall white tree here are birch tree. And this kind of dark tree right here mixed with the birch tree are willow tree. And some are aspen tree. So we have few neighbors. Hi Joey, how are you doing? Hi Sean. Hi Rafe Abu Zaid. Yeah, I heard a lot of bird chirping everywhere. Oh. I cover my nose because it's kind of dusty here every time the car passes. Hi Joey, you're not in school today? So this is the beautiful spring scenery here in Alaska. So I'm gradually ascending the hillside here. So when I get to that corner, I feel like I'm catching my breath already. Hi Brian. So I'm walking uphill here. I just done walking to the bus stop with my kids. So they just got their bus to school and I'm on my way home. Oh, from France. Wow. I never been to France, but one of my bucket lists is to visit France one day. Look at these trees. See that one? They snapped there from the wind and they kind of stuck with the other big tree right here. So every time I pass here, I keep looking at it because they might accidentally fail in the road right here. So I guess it's still strong, that tree that holding the other one that fell. A lot of birds are chirping. I think that's chickadee and robin. So that's another neighbors right there. So a beautiful blue sky today. So look at that. That's the downhill I came from. So I'm kinda in the uphill now. My legs are sore because we joined the run race that last Saturday, and I can still feel my legs. Hi, the V460. Look at that. So there's a driveway of our neighbors there. They have really nice house. So this is pretty much the top of the hill, but it's a layer, so it's like a stairs. So right there is the low part, then here, but there's another level of a hill right there. I'm pretty much catching my breath now. Maybe I've been tired from our running race last Saturday. And look at that. That's the snow that left. See the pile of little bit of snow? Supposed to be the snow will start from here. It's like a mountain of snow right here, but now they're gone. So that's the only snow that left there. And I think it's gonna be gone today. And the road, it's pretty much dry. So that's the beginning of the leaves here. Pretty soon you can't see the branches of the tree anymore. They gotta get covered with all the leaves. So these are one of the beautiful scenery here in our area. When all the trees are green, it's gonna look like a big two wall right here. And during fall season, all the green leaves, the really fully grown leaves, are gonna turn gold. Some are yellow, some are red. So pretty. So we had one neighbors here, and that's the neighbors that we saw earlier, that house. There's still a lot of birds right here chirping. So that's the road where I came from. So I turned left right here. And there's one neighbor there. And that's where the level of our house in the other corner right there. So I'm halfway home. The wind's so cold, so I still have my windbreaker because I can still feel the cold air. But in the same time, I can feel the warm sun in my back. Look at that, it's so pretty. It's like a canopy of beautiful trees. Oh, I think we still have snow right there. That still have a pile of snow, that neighbor. So down the hill right there is an highway, and the hillside across is where the school at. So elementary school where my kids gone are really close, but we can't walk through it because the highway is really busy and they're pretty steep, like really steep hill. So another neighbor's there. So this area right here is a power line connected to that line right there. And sometimes if we're getting late to school, instead of going that way in a big loop, we're just gonna walk right here. So it's like a shortcut. But we can't do shortcut in the winter because the snow right there is gonna be so deep. So we just use the regular road, but sometimes this road right here too are really slick. And one time we have snowstorm. This road are fully covered with snow and you can't even walk. So there's that one day that we have no school days because the road maintenance or the one that plow the snow are very busy and they have to take care of the city road highway first before the hillside. So we're the last road that they get taken care of during the pour down of snow. And it's natural here in Alaska. It happens every year that during the snowstorm, it's expected that the school will be out for 1 or 2 days. I'm almost home. Behind the tree right there is our house. Another one neighbor right here. So they're kinda in the downhill area. Oh, all those birds are still singing. Look at the sky right there. It's like an ocean. It's like a valley of ocean. So that's our house. So we're kind of a little bit higher level from this road right here. Another neighbor right there downhill. And that's blue mailbox right there is it's kind of like a local newspaper, but we never subscribe to it because, you know, right now we can just look up your phone if you want to see something. And look at that. There's one branch that fell and stuck in the tip of the branch there somehow. So there is our driveway. So these are where I came from earlier. And these are really short, steep driveway to our house. We had one neighbors there too, next to our house. And there we go. Our home sweet home. So we have a little shed right there for our things and 2 garage door and the main door right here. And this is our parking area. So look at that, we still have a little pile of snow right there because during the winter, all the snow right here, we kinda push it to the corner. So that corner right there is the one that has a bunch of snow. Oh, I feel like I'm catching my breath. So look at that so far. Yeah, the other day, these are just a little bud of leaves. And now they start blooming already. So these are the golden birch tree. See how the color of these are gold? And these are the regular white birch tree. So the white birch tree is kind of like a paper. They call it paper white. but these are the gold. So the same kind of tree but different variety. So they kind of golden, shiny texture. So these are the paper white. So the paper white one, over time, they kind of turn like this too, like have the brown spots. But as they grow, see the pale, they start peeling and they kind of show the white uh, skin again. And these are the bigger size right there. So I don't know how tall that is, but look at that. All the way out there. And these trees right here, it's white, but they're not birch tree. These are, they call the aspen. So see, they're white, but they're not shiny. And I put a little decoration right here. And their branches are small, all the way to the top. And they have a bigger leaves, a little bit bigger leaves. So these are all the leaves so far that we clean up. So we did a spring cleaning in the last 2 days. And look at our lawn right here. They start turning green already, and I can see some dandelion growing right here. Wow, that's pretty fast. So these are just grown for like in the past 3 days, these. And these are the firewood flower. So these have a really beautiful dark pink flowers. And they grow up to like 3 or 4 foot high. And the dandelion, I think it's just like that. And they have yellow flowers. So these are our yard. And for some reason here in Alaska, if you can see, the yard are not level. They kind of shallow or whatever. Because the ground here in Alaska, they call it permafrost. So every time the winter, when the snow start to melt, the ground shift. So the ground start to soften and they kind of shift. So see how they have like marks right here, some cracks. So that's the result of the shifting of the ground. That's why this area right here, they piled a lot of rocks right here. So these are all labeled with rocks. That's why they stay flat. But still, if you can see them, they have some kind of wavy area that's not flat. But these are the natural ground that they never added any rocks. So that's the one that shift a lot. See if you can see them, there's a lot of cracks. And when the snow melt right here, they make like a trails down there. And before these got dried out from the snow, there's a big puddle right there. So you can't really expect the flat area in the natural ground level unless you added like rocks or dirt. So I'm home. Thanks for watching, everyone. That's all for today here in Fairbanks, Alaska. Another beautiful Monday. I know Monday sometimes it's a pain because everybody has to go back to work and do the normal chores, back to school. But that's the way it is. We're just gonna enjoy it and find the best of it. Happy Monday, everyone. See you next time. Bye.